Hi everybody, Marc Ohmann here with MDwebpro, and today we're going to take a look at how many pages does it take to succeed in marketing your site online, and why does that even matter? Why does the number of pages even come into play? For those of you who remember, last year we did a little study of the top plastic surgery sites across the country, across the United States. What we did is we took a look at the top 200 major metropolitan areas and reviewed the sites consistently ranking the best in each of the major metro areas for the top plastic surgery phrases. Then we dug into each of those sites. What we did is we found 169 separate sites after removing duplicates, and we dug into each of those sites and did a little study on how many pages each of those sites has and how many pages rank in Google. And what we found out is of the top 169 sites, they average each 409 pages. So what that means is we could directly correlate the number of pages in a site to how high they ranked in Google. And when we went and looked through the number of the search results, we saw exactly that the top page, the top site ranking number 1 in Google consistently had more pages than the sites ranking 2, 3, 4, 5, and on down the list. Now, why is that? What we know for a fact that 409 pages is far above the average for the common plastic surgery website out on the internet. It seems most sites average more around the lines of 30 to 40 pages, but those sites also do not rank as well in the search engines, and especially for highly competitive phrases and the phrases that drive the most traffic. So why is that? Does that make any sense? And is it something that you should be concerned with and have as a part of your marketing strategy online? Well, let's take a look at why that is. And if we take a step back and we remove search engine optimization from our list of methods to drive traffic to a site, and we look at offline methods, handing out brochures, cards at the front desk, yellow page ad, they see your sign out front, anything that's not on the web where they don't click a link, or pay-per-click where users search on Google, they see your ad, they click your build, they come right through to a page on your site where you define the page, and also referral traffic. Those primary methods of driving traffic, excluding search engine optimization, those methods you could be just fine with a one-page website. You could still get that traffic because excuse me, in each of those situations, you're defining which page they land on. You actually get to say in the offline world, in the yellow pages ad, go to our domain.com. In pay-per-click, you get to define specifically which page they land on, and same with referral traffic. What changes in search engine optimization is you get to sort of recommend pages to Google by how you structure the page. You could say, we think this page is about this, but Google has to find that page, and Google has to determine, yes, this page is about this topic, and we think it's an authority, and we're going to rank it. So in search engine optimization, you don't have that luxury of defining which page a person's going to land on your site. So you can't really get away with only having one page on a site because it only gives you one opportunity to target a phrase. Now you can imagine the sites with 409 phrases. If you think of each page having the chance to target another phrase, and also in the post-Panda and post-Penguin updates era, not only is a page a chance to target a phrase, but it's one more chance to reinforce with Google of what the topic of the site is strongly about. Google, this after the spring 2012, after the Panda and Penguin updates, they're not relying so much on simply phrases and phrases used in a site, but they're getting very smart in how they contextually identify the topic of a site. And what topics the whole site is about, and they won't necessarily give you credit simply for using a phrase anymore. But it's the same concept where 409 pages gives you that many more opportunities to target phrases and tell Google what your site is about, versus only having 30 pages or 40 pages and your site isn't growing and you're not showing Google that you actually have a voice in the marketplace, that you're an authority. Now, as you can imagine, in search engine optimization, what happens as you grow your site, you can see we have a site here with the banner and the four box layout here on the home page, and then we have some sub pages. In search engine optimization, the visitors are going to come through to these sub pages. You can imagine this extending out to 409 pages or 500 pages. And what that's going to do is cast a larger and larger net and drive more traffic deep within the site as you target topics throughout the content of your site. So in search engine optimization, you're getting more traffic by having more pages, targeting more topics, and becoming more of a voice, and the search engines recognize that. Now, these are all great methods for driving traffic to the site, but simply getting someone to the site isn't enough. Now, do more pages also help us keep people on the site or keep them coming back to the site. And what we look at here is call to actions. When you get this visitor, when you pay for this traffic, from pay-per-click, even if it's offline traffic or referral traffic, and you get them to your site, there's very little value, except branding value, in having someone come to the site and immediately leave. What we really want is they come to the site and they make some type of conversion. They give us a little bit of data about themselves, or they connect with us in another manner. And where that comes in is through call to actions. Some common call to actions might be schedule a consultation, a chance for us to get their first name, last name, phone number, email address. Ask a question, ask the MD, ask the doc. Submit your question. Another great chance to get a first name, last name, email address. Now you're finding out who that visitor was so that you can profile them over time, but also continue to market to them through other channels. Specifically email here. Maybe a coupon download. Again, another great chance to get a first name, last name, email. A surgery guide download, resources that they, educational resources that they're interested in. And they may be willing to share their little personal information, first name, last name, email, in order to download. Again, now that's data that we can now market to as we build these visitor profiles. We can market to them over time, and now we have value. That visitor who may have just bounced or come to the site and not given us any information has very little value that we can measure, but when they fill out a form and give us their information, now all of a sudden we have something we can measure and base return on investment on. These are generally our big goals. We want to collect an email address. An email address gives us a lot of power to market to them over time. Some people don't want to give their email address, so we have what we call micro conversions a lot of times. Maybe like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, some social media interactions where you can get their permission to show up in their stream. You get the opportunity to market to them on another channel, but it's also a great opportunity to bring them back to the site. So how does having more pages play into all of this? Well, each one of these call to actions, there has to be a follow-up to it. And we need to promote them. We need to push the marketing of the brand, the services, the products to these people after they've converted. And one of the common problems we come across is people say, well, what do I send? I want to have an email newsletter. What do I send? They get in this blank paper state of mind. They can't think of what to send. Same thing with Facebook and Twitter. We can create pages. We create these accounts. What do we post? We can never think of what to post. And that shouldn't be a struggle when you have a strategy in place that helps you publish this many pages of content. As you're consistently publishing content, which you won't get to 409. You don't just buy 409 pages of content and you're done. This is a system that these sites have in place for regularly producing content. And that's what the search engines are going to value. That's what they're going to send traffic to sites that are publishing this content. And this publishing of content, not only does this bring traffic, but this feeds directly into what are you going to post on your Facebook page. You're going to talk about your latest content. What are you going to post on Google+? You're going to talk about your latest content. What are you going to post on Twitter? You're going to talk about your latest content. What are you going to send out in that email blast? You're going to talk about your latest content. And each one of these now is bringing traffic back to the site. Just as these were bringing first-time visitors to the site, this content strategy is also bringing people back to the site. But these visitors have huge value because, in many cases, we know who they are. We have a first name, a last name, and an email address. And so we can actually profile them and see which ones are responding the best to these campaigns. Now imagine that compared to being blind and having absolutely no idea of who is visiting the site and what they're doing on the site. So as you can see, all of this feeds directly off of having more content, more targeted content published to the site. You can imagine a site with 409 pages, that's 409 Facebook posting ideas. Maybe not quite so many, but it very well could be if you're creative. Same with Google+, same with Twitter, and same with email marketing. A great thing with email marketing, you publish this surgery guide guidebook, you know, the top 10 things you must know before your rhinoplasty, your top 10 things before your tummy tuck, whatever operation or whatever educational component you want to publish out there, that becomes an immediate email campaign out to those users who are interested in that topic. So does it make sense that sites with more pages rank better? I think it does. But not only do those sites rank better and get more traffic, but they have far more opportunity to take advantage of these other mechanisms for bringing traffic back to the site, engaging with them, and nurturing them over time to produce clients out of visitors. Hope that was educational for you. Again, I'm Marc Ohmann with MDwebpro, and we'll see you next time. Bye.